Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply. Please reply in the chat box. Okay, very good of you, Ishal. Yes, Nurulan, very nice. Simal, very nice. All of you are hearing me very clearly. Okay. I'm waiting for some time only, and after that, I will start my today's lecture. Okay, Hamza. Good morning, all of you, and Assalamu alaikum. Walaikum assalam, all of you. Now I am going to start my today's lecture. You all know that you should be on time here. Otherwise, when I will log the meeting, then you will not be able to join the class. Okay, now I'm going to start within few minutes. Okay, now I'm going to start my today's lecture. It is again English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 14. And the topic is essay writing. First of all, you all know that you have written many essays before in previous classes, in this class also, but I want to discuss it here, different types of essays, and I want to give you the explanation how to write a proper essay. First of all, I'm going to tell you what is the definition of essay. Zimal, I want to discuss everything after the completion of the lecture. Okay, if you want to ask anything, please note down in the rough copy or rough papers. And at the end of the lecture, when I will give you time to ask me questions, then ask me. Okay. Now, first of all, I want to tell you what is an essay. An essay is a short piece of writing on a particular subject. It means a topic has been assigned to a person, and whenever a person is writing about short writing or in the form of different paragraphs, then it is called an essay. Now, steps to write an essay. First of all, we should know how to write an essay, and before that, we should know that there are certain steps we must follow to write a good essay. Number one is brainstorm the topic. Brainstorm the topic, it means think about the topic and note down all points that come to mind about the topic. Whenever a topic has been assigned, then think about the topic and whatever points come in the mind, note down them in the rough notebook. Second step is to research the topic. Research the topic means collect the information about the topic. You can do the research through many sources, like from internet. You know the internet is the most suitable source of this time. So you can research the topic or you can collect the information about the topic through the internet, through the books, okay, through newspapers, through different magazines. Then the third step is develop main content. Main content means you have to, whenever you collect many information or different points about the topic, you should sort out important points. Okay, leave the less important ones and sort out the important points on another page. Now, there are some more steps to write an essay. The fourth one is outline the essay. Outline the essay means decide points about each paragraph. It means if you are writing 5 paragraphs, your each paragraph has to be divided into certain short heading. Okay, you are not writing the heading, but you have to point out the topic of the heading which you will write in the paragraph. Next step, write the essay. Compile all points in paragraphs. It means you have to arrange all points in the form of paragraphs. When you sort out the different points for different paragraphs, then you can compile all points in different paragraphs to form a complete essay. I hope you have understood all the steps. There are 5 steps. You should remember all the steps. Now I want to discuss parts of an essay. There are 3 parts of an essay, which I have told you many times. The first part is introduction, the second part is body, and the third part is conclusion. You all know that these are the 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Now I come to the introduction. What is an introduction? You should know what you should write in the introduction. The introduction of an essay is written in the first paragraph. You all know that introduction is the first paragraph, or it is also known as introductory paragraph. The introduction should attract the reader's attention. When it means your introduction should be so powerful or should be so attractive that readers it attracts the reader's attention, or reader should be he should read the whole essay by full concentration. A dialogue, information, or a quote can be written. We can write a dialogue, certain dialogues from some people, some important information about the topic, or a quote said by some famous people can be written in the introductory paragraph, so that the readers are having the attraction, so that they can read the essay. Now there is another part which is known as the body part. Body part means the middle part of the essay. The body of an essay explains or describes the topic. It is that part in which we are writing the explanation or the description about the topic. Whatever we want to write, we write in detail in the body part. Each main idea in the outline is written in separate paragraph, which I have told you that in the steps that outline the paragraphs, it means you have different ideas for different paragraphs. Topic remains same, but the idea or the different information you can write in the form of different paragraphs. Each main idea in the outline is written in separate paragraph. It means if you are making 3 paragraphs, if you are making 4 paragraphs, each paragraph has got different idea. Each paragraph begins by writing the main idea. Whatever you have selected in the outline, you have to start the paragraph with that main idea. All supporting ideas are written in the same paragraph, and the other ideas which are related to the main idea, they are written in the same paragraph. I'm telling you again that there are different paragraphs in the body part, like 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. So each paragraph has got certain idea which is called the outline, okay, and it is called the main idea, and some other supporting ideas must be added or must be written with the same paragraph. Now, there is another part of an essay which is called conclusion, or you can say the last paragraph. The conclusion brings the end of the topic. It means it is the last point of the essay. The conclusion of an essay is written in the last paragraph, and because of that, it ends the topic, so it is written in the last paragraph. It sums up all the ideas about the topic. Sums up means it can give the conclusion or the ending point of all the paragraphs you have written in the body part. It should consist of some strong sentences. Like the introductory paragraph, concluding paragraph also contains some strong sentences or some attractive sentences. These sentences keep the place in the reader's mind, because these are the sentences which keep a certain place in the reader's mind and which can never forget by the reader if they are so much strong and attractive. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. I have explained the steps of an essay first, and then I have explained the parts of an essay. Now I come to the kinds of the essays. You should know there are certain kinds of essays, many kinds of essays, but I'm discussing only 3 kinds here because these are easiest kind and you have done these kinds of essay, but not under certain headings. But whenever I'm discussing these headings, then you can understand you have done these kinds of essays before. There are 3 kinds of essay. Number one is descriptive essay. Number 2 is narrative essay. And number 3 is compare and contrast essay. Okay, these are the 3 main types of essays. We have more kinds of essays, but I'm discussing only 3 because you can easily do these essays. You all know that in your question paper or in your examinations, unseen topics have been given. And because of that, I want to discuss this topic of essay so that you should understand how to write a proper essay. Because many of you don't know how to write the essay and they are not following the steps which are very much important for writing a proper essay. Now, first kind of essay is the descriptive essay. So I'm explaining it. A descriptive essay describes a person, a place or a thing. It means whenever we have got a descriptive essay, we have certain topic about a person, a place or a thing. And we have to write about the description of a person, a place or a thing. I hope you have understood which kinds of essays are there. This is descriptive essay means to describe a person, a place or a thing. A descriptive essay includes important details about the person, place or thing in such a manner that the readers can create a picture in their mind about the person, place or thing being described. It means whenever you write a descriptive essay about a person, about a place or about a thing, you should describe it in such a manner or such a way that the reader, if he has not met that person or if he has not gone to that place or if he has not seen that thing, he could have the idea about the person, place or thing in their mind. The description should be so much clear that the reader can understand or imagine about the picture of that person, place or thing in their minds, and they can easily understand whatever you are writing about or whatever you want to write and describe. Now, details. If we are having the topic about a person, so some details should be written there in the essay. I want to discuss those details. Details to be written about the person. If, for example, the essay has been given my favorite personality, it means you are writing about a person and it is a kind of descriptive kind of essay. Then there should be some things which you keep in your mind, that you have to write the general description. General description means moving from general to specific. You have to write about the description of the personalities. It means this general description, it is including in the introductory paragraph. You have to write about general things that about different personalities, and then you come to your specific, the favorite one. Next step which you write about the person is physical description. It means how he looks like, his face, about his face, about his build, about his clothes, about his expressions. You have to write about the person. Personality traits. Personality means you have to write about the habits of the persons, about his attitude towards other people, about his behavior with other people. It means when you are describing a person, you have to write about his physical appearance as well as his behavior and his achievements as well. Whenever you write at the end you have or in the body paragraph you have to also to write about his achievements. Now if you want to write about the place or the thing, then you have to be written, you have to write these things, when and where the event incident took place. It means if you are right about some event, some place, something, then you have to write about the event, where it has been placed, or what happened, include significant details, or what is its significance at personal level, societal level, and country level. You have to write about the things. That if you are writing about some place, then you can write about the things about describing the place. Now details to be written about places or things, some details about here you have to write here. Now, physical description, you have to write about the places. If you are want to write about the places or the things, these also include in the descriptive kind of essay. So you have to write about the physical description, that is moving from general to specific. It means general means you have to write about different places, and then you come to the specific place. Like if you are writing about seaside, then you come to seaside or a specific seaside like Paradise Point or whatever. Then you have to write about characteristics, moving from general to specific. It means general characteristics of different places, that they are airy, their atmosphere is nice or whatever. And then you come to the specific characteristics of the particular place about which you are writing the essay. Then finer details, you have to write about this. These finer details are actually related to the things. Whenever you come to write about some things in the description, like you are describing any particular thing, then you have to write about their size, their color, their shape, texture, and structure. Their color, you have to mention the color, as well as you have to mention their size, their structure. Okay, I hope you are understanding everything. You have to write about the atmosphere if you are writing about the place. You have to write about the qualities of if you are writing about thing or the object. Okay, I hope you have understood these things very carefully, very clearly. Now there are some topics which are mostly given to you to write in the form of descriptive essay. Okay. Okay, very nice of you. I have written some of the topics, but there are many other topics which have which are to be given to write in the form of descriptive essay. Like number one is the teacher I remember. You know that it is about the description of the teacher. So you have to write about the teacher. Then my favorite uncle, aunt, my favorite personality, which I have already discussed. These are about the personalities. It means when you are writing the descriptive essay, I have told you that you can write about different personalities and different places, as well as different things, or you can say the objects. Number four topic is about the place, a historical place. Or number fifth is also about a scenic place which have got the scenery, or you can say that seaside or parks, whatever. Okay. One more thing which I want to discuss here, that I have not written any topic about the thing or the object, because these are the topics particularly given for the primary classes. So I hope you there is no need to discuss any topic about the things and the objects. I hope you have understood till here. Now I come to the narrative essay. I have discussed the descriptive kind of essay. Now we have narrative essay. Okay. A narrative essay is focused on telling a story. A narrative essay includes important details about the incident. Okay. Now, a narrative essay is actually whenever a person, you have done the narrations. If you remember direct and indirect speech. Indirect speech means the actual words of the speaker are told by somebody else. So simple thing, narrative words comes from the narration. It means you are telling a story in your own words. Okay, or some incident has been happened or had been happened, and you have to discuss or describe that in the form of narrative essay. A narrative essay includes important details about the incident, accident, or some memorable functions, whatever you want. Now, please, I want to tell you that those who wants to join my class, please come with the ID of your full name. Otherwise, I will not allow you to join my class. I hope you are understanding. Now, some details to be written here for the narrative essay. Okay, these details must be added in your essay. Number one, when and where the event incident took place. You have to write the date of the event or the incident, or where the place of the event. Okay, this event means any function, any celebration. Incident mean any accident. Okay, what happened? You What happened there? Okay, if you are writing about an event or an incident, you have to write the details, include the significant details. Okay, what is its significance at personal level, and you have to write about its impact on personal level. It means if you like the event personally, you have to write about that. If you have any impact about on your uh, personality, then you have to write about that. Societal level, it means if the incident has got some impact about on the society and the country level. Okay, you have to write the details here. I hope you are understanding. Now, there are some tips to be applied. Okay, it means you have the, to be given some tips here, some important techniques or some important points which you apply to write the proper narrative essay. Number one is make an outline of the plot. You have to write about the outline of the plot which you want to describe. If you are writing about any incident, any event, you have to make the outline. It means you have to collect the points about different paragraphs, then describe the important characters of that story which you are going to narrate here. Okay, if you are writing about the story of an event, a story of a function of your school, then you have to describe the important characters who took part in that event. Or if there is you are describing an incident or an accident, then you have to write about the important character that who were there, and describe the scene. You have to describe the scene at that in the body part of the paragraph, in the body parts and in different paragraphs. Now, some topics for narrative essays. I have given you some topics, but there are different topics given to you in the form for narrative, for writing a narrative essay. Number one is a road accident. Okay, this is so much important. If you are there and you have seen some road accidents, and you can narrate that in the net incident in the form of an essay. Second is a memorable day. A memorable day may be your birthday celebration, your Eid celebration, or any function in your school. An unforgettable day, this may be the same, memorable and unforgettable, same things, same meanings, but name is different. You can write about your school function, your annual day celebration, your fun fair day. Number 4 is a terrible earthquake. Okay, if you have seen an earthquake, or then you can write about that. A horrible dream. If you have seen a dream when you are sleeping, then you can narrate it also in the form of narrative essay. I hope you have understood two different kinds of essays here. The first one was descriptive kind of essay, and the second one is narrative kind of essay. Now I come to the next one, the third kind, which I have told you that I am explaining three kinds here. The third one is compare and contrast essay. It means there is a comparison between two things. Okay. Okay, very good of you that you are giving me replies. A compare and contrast essay includes the similarities and the differences between two things. It means when we are writing a comparison and the contrast, compare and the contrast essay, we write about two things, and we are writing the similarities between two things as well as the differences between two things. Okay. The topics. You have to write about the details of the topics here. You have to write about the similarities. For example, that if you have got some, for example, if I am writing about the topics village life and city life, then you have to write about some similarities in different paragraphs. One more thing, whenever we write the similarities, we are writing in the same paragraph, and when we are writing the differences, we write uh, um, first of all, whenever if I have to give you an example of about village life and the city life. So it's for example, you are giving the introduction, and after that you are writing about the body part of the paragraph. Then you will have to write the first of all points about the city life in the first paragraph, or two paragraphs. You can make two paragraphs of the city life, and after that you will come to the third para and fourth para about the village life. Do not write one point of city life and one point of village life at the same paragraph. Okay, remember this thing. You have to write one paragraph about the city and the other paragraph about the village life. Okay, if you want to make two paragraphs for city life, then again you have to make two paragraphs of village life, in which you are writing about the similarities and the differences, but in separately. You have to write in separate paragraphs. Okay, remember that you have to be very careful when you are writing the compare and the contrast essay. Now there are some topics I am giving here for compare and contrast essay, like number one, city and village life. I have told you that is the most important topic for writing a compare and a contrast essay. Then number two is blessings and curses of science. It means the advantages or the disadvantages, or you can say the evil things about science or the blessings or good things about science. Then number three, it means when you are writing about this blessings and curses of science, then after the introduction paragraph, you have to write two paragraphs about the blessings, and then third and fourth paragraph about the curses of science. Then similarly, in the third topic, advantages and disadvantages of computer. Whenever you are writing this, it means you are writing about the advantages in separate paragraphs and disadvantages in other separate paragraphs. Next is uses and abuses of mobile phones. Again, uses, why the mobile phones are useful, abuses means, how they become harmful for us. So you have to write about the uses in separate paragraphs and abuses in separate paragraphs. Okay, don't mix them. Don't write them in the same paragraph. Then number fifth is advantages and disadvantages of internet. Again, you can see that you have to write the advantages in separate paragraphs and disadvantages in separate paragraph. I hope you have understood everything very well. These are the three kinds of essays which I have explained here. Now you have to practice some of the topics in your home so that you can easily write the essays on the unseen topics given for your exams. Okay, and I hope you have understood everything. If you want to ask anything, then you can ask me right in the chat box. Okay, during that time I'm taking your attendance. If you want to ask anything, I'm waiting for you. Okay, very good of you. Everything is clear. Okay, now I want to tell you again that we have discussed essay writing together. Which topics, Abdul Rahman? Any topics or all topics for all kinds of essays? Okay, I'm showing you. Okay, okay. These are some of the topics, but don't think that I have given these topics in your exam. Don't think that. These are just the examples. Okay. Now these are the topics for descriptive essay. The teacher I remember, my favorite uncle, aunt, my favorite personality, a historical place, a scenic place. Okay. The first three are about the personality and the fourth and fifth are about the place. Now I'm showing the topics for narrative essay, a road accident, a memorable day, an unforgettable day. These are about the events. You can write about any event. This is about the accident. You can say incident. Memorable day or unforgettable day is about your Eid celebration, your annual day celebration, your any school function. You can write about that. Your annual day. A terrible earthquake. It is about the earthquake, so you can write if you have seen it. Or what about the impacts, what about the disasters at that time, what about the destructions, you have to write everything about that. A horrible dream, a horrible dream, remember the dream. Whenever you write about any dream, it means when you are sleeping on saw anything. Okay, you have to write about that. Dream doesn't means your aim in life. Many of the people thought that the dream means your aim in life, what you would want to become in future. The dream means when whatever you saw, whatever you see in your dreams whenever you are sleeping. Now I'm showing you the topics for compare and contrast essays, city and village life, Zimal, these papers are of, I think, 100 marks. Sanya, actually articles are of two types. Simal, I will inform you tomorrow because I have to ask it about the marks of the paper. Okay. And after that, I will inform you in tomorrow's class. Uh, empty of English language. Actually, the question is given how many types of articles are there. And many of you have written it 3. You should know that there are actually two types of articles which are known as indefinite articles and definite articles. These are two types. I think you have counted a and the. If you remember, a and n are indefinite articles and the is definite article. And you have counted a and the 3 articles. But actually I have asked about the types of particles. Okay, I have not asked about the examples. How? Okay, I hope you have understood and you will do the corrections in your minds. Anything which you want to ask? Now I'm showing you the topics for compare and contrast essay. City and village life, blessings and curses of science, advantages and disadvantages of computer, uses and abuses of mobile phones, advantages and disadvantages of internet. Now listen, I will upload the video of today's lecture on the Google Classroom, so you can find that. And then if you want to see the video, you can easily see it and find out what you have missed. Okay. Some of you have joined late today, so please be there on time. Otherwise, I will not allow you to join my class. Within 5 minutes, I will lock the meeting, and then I will not allow you to join my class. If you want to ask any other thing, then please tell me. Any one of you? Have you understood everything? Please reply yes or no. If you want to ask me anything, then you can ask me also. Now, please reply if you want to ask anything. All of you have understood everything? Okay, okay, very good. No, Meda, today we are not doing any written work because you know that your copies are with us. You don't have your copies with you, so we are not doing any written work in this week. Okay, so just listen to the class, join the class, and try to understand the topic. And whenever we will return your copies, then it may be possible that we will do some work. And those who have imperative sentences. Nurulan, today is no time. I will try to discuss this topic tomorrow. Okay, so join me on time tomorrow. Imperative sentences are showing the request, please sentences like please bring a glass of water. It shows the request. And if I'm telling you, don't shout in the class, this is an order. Okay. So when you are changing the sentence, you are writing in the way, he requested the person to bring a glass of water. He ordered the person not to shout in the class. Okay. Not to. We are not using don't in the sentence. We change it into not. Okay. I hope you have understood everything. Now I want to stop here because the time is over. Anything which you want to ask? No? Okay. I want to stop here. Inshallah, we'll meet tomorrow. Allah Hafiz.